Clayton Hinchman. We'll give you an opportunity to speak, sir.
Oh, just wanted to introduce myself to everybody. I'm currently a candidate running a Republican primary against our current Congressman Mo Brooks, and just appreciate the time to come here and chat and introduce myself. Look forward to after the meeting to actually maybe get to know some of you more and more about our campaign.
Thank you, sir.
Then I trained to go to combat, and then I got put on a task force that chased Al Qaeda around Iraq, which then ended up turning into ISIS, but I won't get into that. But you know, we were, as soon as Obama was elected and we saw the attacks, when he made the campaign promise, we'll pull out the attacks, and our fighting just dropped off and then turned into ISIS years later. But yeah, I only have good memories. It ended abruptly when I stepped on a bomb, but I have nothing but good memories of never working a staff job. I was never in the basement of the Pentagon, so I can't complain.
So, can you tell me what, by the way, we're recording? We're recording.
Oh, good.
Can you tell me why I should vote for you rather than Mo Brooks?
I think the biggest thing about our campaign, you got me on camera, so I respect the 35 years that Mo has been a career politician, but I think right now especially we need new blood. Not only am I a combat veteran, that's just my experience. I ran a business, and then I ended up selling that business about a year and a half ago, so I understood how the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare changed business, how it took away from being able to do research and development and in your own companies, in your own community. So I think we're just a fresh perspective on, no offense to some of the people that have been around the block and have been very unproductive. I spoke last week to another group, the Tennessee Valley Republican Club, and somebody asked me the same question. And if you look at Mo's campaign, is going to be run on the deficit. He constantly runs on the deficit, which is why he advocated to shut down the government. But shutting down the government does nothing to fight the deficit. The deficit needs to be attacked through mandatory spending, and his legislative record the past 7 years have shown us not a single thing on actually attacking. That has to start with entitlement and welfare reform, and you go down further in the weeds. It's hard to get across the voters, but get further in the weeds, that starts with fraud, waste, and abuse of those systems.
You mean mandatory spending cuts, correct?
Mandatory spending cuts, yes, I'm sorry, cuts. I think it was 3 years ago, actually, Social Security Disability had paid $5 billion to individuals, Americans, that were not eligible to receive Social Security Disability. How that is allowed to happen in this country is beyond me. And I think that Republicans and Democrats can actually agree that $5 billion to people receiving entitlements just doesn't make any sense. So those are some of the biggest things. I think just my background, my personal experience in business and combat, or being in the military, I think gives us a fresh perspective, and hope I answered your question.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You're still recording me.
I am. Yeah,
so, but I appreciate time. I just want to introduce ourselves. We've got a lot. David's my campaign manager.